the first thing that you need is you need to build a list of business owners, ideally starting with the people you know first, then on to people that you don't know yet. Think about the people you write checks to. Think about the people that made money off past deals by going through all your deals. And think about who you spend money with, like just, who they're where you bought your car from and, who your dentist is and whatnot, and just make a list of those individuals. Number two is you have to reach out to them for a business discussion with something of value. You just can't show up as like this needy real estate agent that wants to get money. That's not going to do very well, right? One of the things could be just as simple as just doing a testimonial for them. Or is probably more scalable, and probably what I'm going to recommend here in the course is I would love to interview you and feature you on my blog. And I'd love to take that interview and email it out to my list with a coupon or an offer for your business at no charge. How simple would it be to interview them on Zoom or a phone call or go out there with a phone, whatever? Like, do an interview with them about their business. They send it out to their list. They post it on their Facebook, and everyone's kind of happy. Like, wow, they're like, you're a pretty savvy marketer. That's what you all are as real estate professionals, marketers, right? That was really nice of you. Thank you for doing that. After that is I would say, hey, I like to get together, once a month or once every month or two, whether it's in person or on Zoom now, with some other business owners that I have relationships with. We get together for a little mastermind. And what a mastermind is everyone goes around and shares one thing they're struggling with in their business. And everyone goes around and shares one thing that's working really well for them in their business. We don't talk about it. We exchange ideas. I'd love to have you come to my mastermind. Would you be interested in attending? And most people would say yes to that. They would love that for the connection and get some business ideas. I mean, a lot of us in real estate, we're exposed all the time. It's pretty common. Like, if I tell you all mastermind, I think you guys get that. So really what that's doing is not only did I bring value by interviewing them to include in my blog and mail it out, but also now I get together my allied resources group. I get together my vendors. I get together my partners or whatever, in a group to like really bring them all together and add value. And that there's real value there. People pay money for masterminds, but now you've given, you've helped them. Got it? And now it's time to ask. So this is where kind of the co-marketing agreement comes in. I'll give you guys one. And this is where you're going to ask them saying, hey, I want to sell a lot of houses. And as you can see, when I sell a home, it creates $170,000 of value here in California. I want $1,000 a month from you. And if you give me $1,000 a month, I'll include you in some of my videos. I'll promote you out to my list. You can come to the mastermind, and I'll speak with you every now and then. I'll give you some personal referrals, and I'm going to do everything I can to put you in front of all my homeowners and sellers so they contact you to do business with you. Now, one of the things I also want to bring up is no RESPA, the Real Estate Salesman and Procedures Act. As you guys know, you have on-settlement service providers, which are, on the HUD statement or the statement where it balances out all the money at closing. Anyone that's on that sheet that pretty much is getting paid generally from a transaction, that applies. So I'm not an attorney. I'm not your lawyer. You need to go find an attorney or lawyer if you plan to do this. But if you're going to take money from someone's on that sheet, there's rules that apply. The biggest rule you cannot do is you cannot say, if you refer me business, I'll pay you. That's a clear violation. There's ways where it's much more indirect, where they're paying you in return for marketing services, or they're paying you for access to things that's not tied specifically to an individual referral. And if you're going to take money from a person on the settlement statement, you need to find an attorney. You have to kind of ask around. They're hard to find, honestly. A RESPA attorney that can write the co-advertising or co-marketing agreement for you. Now, you also have businesses that are not on the settlement statement. It's fair game. You're really regulated at that point by the FTC of just general disclosures of an influencer. Disclose to the consumer that when you recommend them, you're still getting paid, which would go in your respective business disclosures.